I've always had very successful gardens. I remember when I was living near Willard, Missouri on an old farm, raised some pumpkins for one thing. These pumpkins were well over 100 pounds apiece. Most of them were 3 foot tall, 3 foot around, huge pumpkins. I remember canning freezing one pumpkin, and I had I believe it was 160 quarts out of that one pumpkin. I think that's the most impressive plant I ever grew. Yes, I did things much different back then because was raising plants to eat. Now it's mainly a hobby. I did things differently by planting huge gardens. Most of your planting happens in the early spring, after the danger of frost, before it gets too hot. Most of your plants will sprout within 2 to 3 weeks. Some a little longer, some a little earlier. Depends on the weather conditions. Grasshoppers, which usually come along or the pests that do you the most damage, probably. Squirrels are the bad thing. Squirrels, people aren't aware that squirrels will eat about every tomato they can get their paws on. For the plants to start producing, say a flower, to start flowering, takes several months sometimes. It's different with different flowers. Now, fruits is entirely different because fruits are perennials. Mostly fruits grow on trees, in orchards. You can't plant fruits in a garden. You plant them separate. As far as vegetables go, vegetables are pretty standard. You just plant them and they grow and you harvest them. Blueberries and strawberries still don't grow in a normal garden. Most berries are vines, or they like to grow mainly almost wild. Every few years I'll grow a tomato just to feed the squirrels. I have grown a few tropical plants. Usually only last one season. I've tried to transplant them and move them into the house for the winter, but usually they die, so you usually replant them the next year. Buy new and replant. After the vegetables are ready, you either can them, freeze them, eat them. I very rarely feed. Water whenever they need it, whenever they're dry. Usually when they start to wilt, show the first sign of wilting, you water. Or if the heat is too excessive, and you just do it regular just to keep them from wilting. My favorite plant would be tomatoes because they produce heavy. I don't have issues working in the garden. I had a very nice garden this year. It was green.